So this notebook I have used all year long. This is a personal sized 416 page 5mm graph notebook that we sell in our shop. And I have used it all year for my work, the stuff that I do for work. And it's worked great for me. I cannot complain. And I thought, okay, well, if I could do one book for everything, that would be amazing, right? So, let's see. I know I'm going to use this in 2026, and this is going to be my exact same thing. It's going to keep track of all the things that I do for work, and it lives on my desk. I never take it home. It is a desk notebook, and I love it. I have no qualms with it. It works great. It's going to stay. So that part is done. I don't have to think about that anymore, which is great because my brain is tired sometimes and doesn't like to think. But this is going to be the exact same, not changing a thing. I'm not even going to change the cover. So I have this notebook, which is the Lloydstrom 400 and something page notebook, 411 411 pages. And I did start using it. I did use it a little bit. But I was thinking this could be my everything book. So I was going to try and make this just one journal, one for the whole year of 2026. So I went through and I made a list of things that I like to do on paper. And one of them is my daily log, which I have here. That's this one. I call it my captain's log. And did you know this glows in the dark? If you have one, try it. But these swoops and swishes, they glow in the dark. And kind of cool. But anyway, this is going to get rebound into leather and go on my shelf in my archive. And this has been my daily, everything. I didn't mean to go quite so fast, but just every day I kind of log the things that happened that day, things I did. There's no emotional journaling. It's just a log. And so that I want to keep doing. And so I'm trying to think, okay, am I going to do that in here? Or should I keep a separate one for this? And my thought was that I would do a separate one, but then I had the harebrained idea that I could do everything in one book. So let's see if that idea is actually feasible or not. Because I was thinking if I do it in here, then I could have like maybe a little section for my daily log, because it doesn't have to be a lot. And then the rest of the page could be for whatever, literally everything else. So I was going through here and I was like, well, for all the things that I need to do, I would need probably for sure 365 pages that are just have daily log on them, as well as other things too. And then the more I thought about it, cause I don't know what I wrote on here, but some notes. It would be really messy, and then I won't have the archive that I have here. I think that it would be nice to be able to have an archive, so I couldn't do that in here. So I'm going to go back to my original idea, which was to use this 2015 Hobonichi Cousin as my daily log, as my captain's log. I already have it set up and it's ready to go. So I'm really excited to dive in and use it in a couple of weeks. I recovered it with something pretty. I have a video on what I did with this. You can go check that out if you like. So I think I'm going to stick with that. So I'm still trying to figure out, okay, what can I do in here? I'll recover this too in leather, so I'm not too worried about that. But so now I'm like, okay, well, what am I going to do with this? And so I want to use this. I bought this, I think this year. Let me see if I dated anything in here. Yep, this year. So I want to continue using it. I don't want it to go to waste. If I buy something, I will use it. I might not use it immediately. It might take 11 years, Hobonichi, but I will use it. So I'm not worried about that. So, okay, so that's set. So I have that and that. Okay, and then I need a place. I need to slow down just a little bit. Just calm down. It's okay. So I have kind of switched up my technology, and I even carry a film camera with me in my purse all the time because I want to be less and less on my phone and more in the world. And I am almost 50 years old, so I am old enough to remember life before technology. And life was a lot less stressful back then. And so in the morning when I wake up, the first thing that I do, because I heard that the first 9 minutes that you're awake program your nervous system for the rest of the day. And so if you reach for your phone, right when you get up, you're programming your nervous system to be hyper vigilant. And I don't want that because I don't need that stress. So I have many reasons for not wanting to have stress in my life. And so I switched my routine because I'm guilty. I was definitely reaching for my phone right when I would wake up, and I decided I'm not going to do that anymore. So now the first thing I do is I go into my dining room with my Bible and my little war binder, and I read a passage, I write some prayers, I write some Bible verses, and I pray for people who have asked for prayers. And that, let, let me tell you something, okay? Like I said, I was reaching for my phone in the morning, and I was programming my nervous system for hypervigilance, and I wasn't sleeping very good at night at all. I wasn't in a really restful, peaceful state. I was just stressed out so much constantly. And I set this up intending to start using it next year, but I was like, nope, I'm going to use it immediately. I'm going to start using it immediately. And I have. And, so since doing this, before doing this, I wasn't sleeping very well. I was constantly stressed out. Since switching to this, and I know it's anecdotal, okay, but for me, since switching to this, I sleep so much better. I feel so much less stress throughout the day. I used to have pain in the middle of my back, like right between my shoulder blades, constantly. And I don't have that anymore at all. It's gone. So I guess that was where I would carry the majority of my stress. But yeah, so I'm like writing in here, and yeah, I'm really, really enjoying this quiet morning time. What I used to do is wake up in the morning, rush, 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 hurry, get to work, take care of the dogs, get breakfast, whatever, and then get to work. And then when I would get to work, because we get to work about 45 minutes before everyone else, then I would do my quiet time. And now I just flipped it. So I am barely on my phone anymore at all, and I could not be happier with this system. So this has to stay because I don't think I can fit all of this in here. Because I will use these up at different intervals. Okay, so I can replace them easily and just keep going, and no worries there. This, by the way, is a 2-year-old Maplewood number 8. that I have been using for the last 2 years. So I have a video on this as well if you want to see that. But so this has to stay. Okay, so what can I use this for? What are my other needs that I have? I need something to take notes on that I can, that okay, but okay, so I have this, and guys, this is old. Okay, this is you cannot get it on the website. It's old. Okay, these are my personal notebooks, and I'm not showing you stuff to sell to you. I'm showing you what I use and how I'm planning my year next year for my ecosystem, for my journaling ecosystem and my planning ecosystem. I'm not trying to sell you things. This is not for sale. This is my own personal Moroccan pink. I actually rescued this from the second chance pile because it had weird stitching going on here. It had weird colored stitching. The inside had strange, this was a different color. I think this was blue, and then the outside stitching was like orange or something. I don't know. I don't know what was going on there, but I took it all apart and put it all back together, and that it's mine. So, but anyway, I know it's really pretty, and anyway, let me get back to the point. Okay, so this year I have a Zibble which I love having, because if I have like a cool quote or something, or even one of my own thoughts, I can put it in here, and it doesn't have to be organized or anything. It's just like a compilation of things, It's great. So I have that, and then I also have an unburdened. Some people call it a brain dump. For me, it's like a rant book. Okay. Luckily, I don't rant very often, but if I need to, I can do it in here. And then I have an art book, because sometimes I just want to sit and sketch, and sometimes I just want to, just to have a quiet moment and be aware of my surroundings and draw something. So that is always there. Or also I'll get a random idea for a design, and I'll need a place to draw it out, and this works really well for that. And then memory keeping, I kind of don't really use this one anymore, because I use my captain's log, which I don't know what I did with it, but yeah, I moved it. I don't know what I did with it. I probably put it back in the okay. It was just here. The one that glows in the dark. I don't know what it's gone now. Okay. Anyway. I don't know where it is. All right, so anyway, so I could put the Zibble in here. That would work. I could put, I kind of like having my little rant book separate, because I might not keep this. I might destroy it when it gets full. So I'm thinking probably not going to put that in here. So that'll have to stay out. So let me just set that aside. You know what, little candle? You should go over here so I don't have to knock you over. But anyway, and then I could do art in here, because this is blank pages, so I could definitely do that. And then memories, maybe diary. I might do like a diary. So I could do a Zibble my art, and memories all in one. Okay, so that might work. Okay, and then I would find another use for this notebook. But that just might work. I don't know. So yeah, and this one is not even close to full, because I just don't rant very often. I'm just not an angry person, so I don't need to rant, which is actually a really, really good thing. Okay, and then let me see what else. I have here. I have this one too. This is a Union. Um, and I have these notebooks in here, and I think I was using them for Bible study at one point, but I kind of like gave up on it and quit using it. Aren't these notebooks pretty? They're from Piccadilly, I think, and they're from Barnes and Noble. I think they're Piccadilly's, but they don't say on them. So, yeah, I was using it for Bible study. So I probably will not use that because I have my prayer journal here. So I probably won't use that one. So I don't need to worry about that one. So, all right. Whoops. I still don't know what happened to my captain's log. Oh, there it is. There it is. Okay. So, all right. I think I figured it out. Okay. So this is going to be my Zibaldone, my art book, and my diary. All three of those. So 3 in 1 right here. Okay. And then I'll have my prayer binder, my work notebook, which I love the way I like. Nothing falls through the cracks anymore as long as I use this system, which is great. And then, of course, my captain's log, which I will do at the end of the day every day. So, could I have put this all in one book? No. I really don't think I could. I think it's so romantic to want to be to just use one notebook for everything. I love the notion. Absolutely love it. I wish I could do it, but I can't because I don't want this to be mixed up with this. Okay? So like my daily whatevers, I don't want that mixed in with let me see here. Okay, so this was week 19. And what I do is I write the week and then I write the dates that the week is on. I will write all the things that I need to do for that week, and then I'll highlight them as I get them done throughout the week. And then over here, I wrote kind of like a weekly schedule or whatever. I don't always do that. And then if I need a page where I need notes, then I'll just write notes here. I'll write as many pages of notes as I need until I get to the following week, which is the following Monday. And then I start my week for that. And that's pretty much it. That's how I get everything at work done that needs to get done. And that system is really great for me. So I don't want these two to mix though, okay? Because this is like what happened during the day, work, home, whatever, doesn't matter. Here's some stuff, just stuff that's going on. And that's kind of how it looks. So don't want that mixed in. And then this just needs to be separate. This literally lives on my dining room table because that's where I have my Bible and everything, and we don't do a lot of formal dinners, and it's no big deal. It's just it's not messy at all. It's just it lives there with my Bible, and that's separate. So I don't need to carry all of this around with me at all times. I do take it with me to church because I do take notes. I think it's this one right here. I take sermon notes, so I do take that with me to church for that, but other than that, it lives there, so I don't need to carry that around. So really, I'm just going to take this and put everything in here except for my ranting. Ranting will stay separate. So I think that's going to be my system here. So I'm going to have this book, this book, this book, and this book. And these will all be in leather covers. Okay. Okay, so this is the new system, okay, that I have here. Okay, so this one is for things that I'll probably forget. So it's going to be my captain's log, and just to log what happened that day. And this one is for pretending that I'm organized, and that will live on my desk. This is for tuning myself into the Lord rather than my phone. Okay, that's what that one's for. And then this is for everything else. There we go. That is my system for 2026. So if you have ever failed at using just one notebook, welcome to the club. Can we be best friends? Because I tried, and I've tried many times actually, and I just know myself, I can't do it. I wish I could. It would be amazing.